Oh, hey, hey, hey. It is I gotta remember Saturday night. Days are kind of blending together here. Lots of late nights lately, huh, Jack?
I mean, it seems like you guys always stream all night.
It's insane. It's crazy, but you get into that like rhythm and it's just,
I mean,
it's
especially with you guys, you're all like on the East Coast on the worst streaming time.
oh, the best streaming time
No, the
actually.
best streaming time is the West Coast because we don't miss anything.
That is true. I know everyone's like, please don't end. It's only midnight. And we're like, dude, it's 3 a.m.
No,
I'm
West
prepared.
Coast is the best coast for streaming.
We'll agree to disagree
You already agreed.
there. So we got some friends in here. Limited did a drive by earlier. He said, just like it, do it, just like it. So make sure to listen to him. Toolman Tim. I don't know, Tim, if you're still in here, dear, but we have started. Joyce, girl, I have missed your ass. Where have you been? Well, I know where you've been, but I am so happy you are back, dear. And Sean said, "Hello, my lovelies." Sean is in here. Oh, look at Jay. Jay is late and gay, which is surprising. Usually, you're the first one in the chat, but you were knocked out by limited access. Um, Coach Joyce says West Coast gets the news 3 hours late. You are delayed. East Coast gets the scoop first.
You realize we get the news 3 hours earlier because we get it at the same time. So
uh,
technically, you're getting the news later than we are.
Jay agrees with you. West Coast is the best, as Jack says. But everybody, welcome into your.
No, no, Jay, let them think the East Coast is better. That's what keeps them over there.
Listen, if I had a choice, I would not be here. I don't even actually know
No,
where.
it's great. It's great. You park your car in the garage.
I do park my car in a garage.
You go hang out at the harbor.
Hey, at my house, I don't have a garage. I have a carport.
Oh, so that's like a garage with no walls.
I'm just on two sides. So we have like a door on one way that just goes back outside, and then the front of it's all open. What up? No fucks given. How are you, Finny boy? How are you, dear? Okay, quick
Have
poll
a
chat.
garage.
Since Clintina isn't part of this community, who should be the new surrogate boobage to take the load off of Gina, Sean Parnell, or Jobless?
Speaking of boobage, I feel like I'm in the secret club. I didn't know that if you're backstage, Gina will show her boobs before the show.
That is a lie. A lie, guys.
Like I'm telling you, big pink areolas, and if you can get past the hair, amazing.
Oh, guys. Well,
If you need to floss, she's your girl. No, I'm kidding. Ugh.
I'm riding. Anyways, welcome in, guys. I am glad you guys are here. We have a full episode for you guys. You know how I try to go anywhere from about an hour and a half. This one may push the 2 hour mark depending on how in depth we get it, but I try not to go any later than that because Saturdays used to be Sundays. Saturdays are my night to maybe try and kind of catch up on a little bit of sleep, but we'll obviously see how that goes. So, since you guys are here, you guys all know what to do. Please hit that thumbs up button because we have haters now that like to follow us around and smash that thumbs down button. So, in order to counteract that, you got to smash that thumbs up button. Also, make sure that notification bell on. I know it only works 50% of the time, but 50% is better than no percent. So make sure to hit that notification so you know when Just Gina goes live. Also, please share, whether it's on your X page, your Facebook page, your mailman delivers the mail right to your door. Tell them all about me. Be like, hey, there's this crazy lady on Rumble. You should check her out. Um, Send them to my page. Let them know that Just Gina sent you. And it's a lot of fun. You guys know my rules here. Please repost. I always love going back and reading the reposts, funny taglines that people post in, because 'cause they're quite hilarious sometimes. Um, So make sure you do that. Reposting is a huge thing. I'm finding, and I'm also now getting into the habit when I'm not in somewhere that I look at the reposts to see where my Rumble family and friends are. Um, to see where they are. Jump in the chat. It's always easier when you kind of know somebody in there. It's kind of feels it makes it feel a little more like homey and stuff like that. So make sure you do that. And I'm glad you guys are here. We have a little spicy topic this week. We were going to actually dive into 9/11, but that is such a huge topic. And Jack was like, "Hey, September is next month. Maybe we should save that and make it really super spicy." So I think we are going to do that. And tonight we're gonna talk about the moon landing. Um, did it happen? Didn't it happen? Was it in Studio 54? Were there actors involved? Um, how did people actually fall for some of these videos, like a $10 umbrellas strung up with duct tape? Kind of things like that. Um, kind of see where things go. Jack has put a lot of time into that. Some of these videos Jack actually cut together and actually made his own. So you guys know Jack. Jack is, if you want to tell them who you are in the chat.
I'm that guy who puts Sean's face on titties, and apparently now also puts Jaw Gaming's face on like hate symbols.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he seems really like chill about it. So I
Jackie likes to push the envelope. So if you have a limit, just say safe word limit. And Jackie's very respectful. He'll push it to the boundaries, but if you are not comfortable with it, um, he will tone it back. Not a lot, but he'll step it down a notch for you. And if
I
you
also don't I
just
don't mess with your kids or like your family. Now
yeah.
I have made like a couple memes of like some of y'all's kids when you post them, but they're never mean. They're always funny. You
Oh,
know.
Katie loves when you do
Sometimes I put Sean's wife in there.
yeah. She always looks Asian, which is weird.
It's because the picture I have of her, she's squinting.
It's so weird. Finboy said, "Yeah, Jack has been very welcoming, even though I stepped on his turf." No, it's great. Like, you know how you have
No,
like,
no, I like it because it gives me a something to compete and like not get lazy on, but at the same time, it's not one of those like I must outdo him. I recognize our styles are different, come from different angles completely, and I think they can complement each other more than they need to like clash. But at the same time, it pushes me to want to do better work.
Jackie's like, "Shit." I
No, no, no. I love having the.
haven't put
I felt weird being the only one putting y'all's faces on dumb shit.
I haven't put Jay's face on anything soon. I think Jay needs a few more in there.
See,
Uh,
but Jay was here so early compared to the rest of you that y'all just ain't seen most of his.
welcome in, Singlet. Make sure you do all those wonderful things that I'd like you to do. Just stroke all three of those buttons, like, share, subscribe, repost. Actually, there's 4 buttons now, and it's up to you to find that bonus hole. It's probably the repost button.
Bonus hole.
Bonus hole. I don't. Just find the bonus hole and press it and see what happens. So
It's 2 clicks south of the main hole.
yeah, up, down, right, left, A, B, select, start. There you go. That's the
It's
cheat code.
left, right.
Oh, see, always correcting me. I know which way my buttons go.
Well, I thought you were just doing like a Konami code reference.
This doesn't sound like moon talk. We're gonna get to the moon talk. Jesse, bonus hole touched. Welcome in, Jesse. I hope you had a
Look, you guys have Minnesota goodbyes. Of course, there's going to be a 10-minute intro.
literally, well, 11 now. But welcome in, everybody. So like I said, Jackie has some fun videos that we're gonna start off with. So we're gonna add it to the stage. Jackie put this one together. It is an 8-minute and 30-second video, but we're gonna pause in between. We're gonna talk about it. Sean Joe over on Pilled has gifted the cookie.
So
Thank you
I
so
got one
much.
question before we start.
Yes.
Is there any way that you can increase the screen and get rid of the right side stuff? Because a
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
these videos we're going to be trying to see small details.
That's as big as I can get it.
That's what she said. Oh, yeah, that's what she said.
That is what she said. So that's the size of it actually. And you know what I'll do as well?
And because I can't see the chat, I just like to say hi to everyone who's there that I know. If I don't know you, hi, I guess.
Hi, I guess. Welcome in. Hit all those buttons is what he meant to say. Um, so, without further ado, we are going to take a look at the first space walk.
So this video is about Gemini 4, which was America's quote first spacewalk, and I figure that's a good place to start since it's at the beginning, kind of.
So like we talked about earlier, obviously I have control over the buttons here. So I'm going to press play. If there's something you want to point out, something you want to touch upon, or if the chat has a question, please put your question in there. If I don't read it out loud right away, just keep in mind that I usually do star your questions or comments that I think need to be touched upon. Yes, I like to touch things here. And I will put them up when we pause it or at the end of the video for either myself or Jack to talk about. This is new to me. This whole thing, I have looked into it. I have seen a lot of videos. I do have lots of questions. So we're going to dive right into this. Ashlyn, welcome in, sir. I heard Gina was mooning, but what is this? See, that title is great, right? That was all Jackie. And he gave me a bunch of different titles. And I literally, he was like, you couldn't pick one, you combined them. And I was like, yep, because they were awesome. So we're talking about the moon landing, Ash. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, Debut. I am glad you guys are here. So we're going
I would
to,
like to clarify: this isn't just the lunar landing. This all of NASA's bullshit.
yeah, all of Nash's bullshit.
Like I've got stuff in there ISS. I've got stuff. I've even got stuff in there the Russians, the Chinese.
Oh, we're going to push CommuTube to the limit. Let's see what happens. All right, let's roll.
History will record that Command Pilot McDivitt opened the hatch at 2:42 Eastern Standard Time. And a little after 3 o'clock along the eastern seaboard, Pilot White had...
All right. I know this is going to be tough here. Oh, I can't do it. So Job Bless is in the chat, Mr. Job Bless. I am so glad we have crossed paths, but Job Bless has gifted 2 subscriptions to the channel. First one going to Mr. Tim himself. Hello, Tim. I see you lurking out there. And Dabu, you are the second gifted membership. Welcome to Gina's Rash. It's a fun rash. Promise you it doesn't get itchy. You don't need to clear it up. If anything, you want to continue it later on. Thank you so much, Mr. Ja. I'll see you later. Sam Duty says it's too early to be touching things. I know it is. Coach
It's
Joyce is all in
always
on
time
this.
to touch things.
Always time to touch things. Coach Joyce said it's all fake. NASA is a deceiver. What up, Bright? Thanks for everybody for jumping in. Send me my rash cream. All
You
right.
know, I like that she said deceiver because if I recall right, Nasa in Hebrew, which is spelled NASA, means to deceive.
100% it does. And I'm sure Coach Joyce will be dropping all of her knowledge in here about all of this because she usually, and she's been a little MIA, she's usually my go-to person when I have questions about all of this NASA, spake and fake and all that fun
And
stuff.
then
So,
the video volume seemed a little low. I don't know
hello.
if that's just on our end or their end too.
Nope, I can turn it up a little bit more. It wasn't all the way up. So we are going to continue. Oh, and Job Bless coming in hot with gift number 3. And that was given to Finn Boy Slick himself. Welcome to Gina's Rash, Finn. Do what you will with that. One more because Hot Wax is so kind. I love you, bro. All right, here we go. Let's travel to space.
Open up a new frontier for Americans to explore.
Did I lose sound?
No.
Okay. If there is no atmosphere, why is this stupid cord flapping around all over?
We're ready to have him get out when he is. Okay, we set our go now, is that right? Affirmative.
My feet are out. I think I'm dragging a little bit, so I don't want to fire the gun yet. Okay, I'm out.
It's like he's afraid to move.
It looks like he's got a load in his ass.
Okay, I put a little roll in, took it right out. I in your deal, Jimbo? Well, you know, I'll come over to you.
Oh, I think you got the video too high up. It's not showing the top row.
Okay. How's that?
Yeah. Yeah, because it pointed out that his head rotated, like his helmet. Like this vacuum sealed helmet that isn't designed to rotate left and right. He turns and gives a little salute.
Okay, I'm coming over. I feel like $1 million. Coming back to you. They got it. Okay, I'm right by the front antenna now. Okay, I think I've exhausted my air now. Stay right there. I had very good control with it. I just needed more air. All right. Well, what you think? This is the greatest experience. It's just tremendous.
Where'd all the clouds go?
Right now, I'm standing on my head. I'm looking right down. It looks like we're coming up on the coast of California.
All right, so I'm going to pause this here. So this says California's surface area is approximately 163,695 square miles, which includes both its land and water. This figure ranks it as the third largest state in the U.S. by total area.
Just the highlighted part was necessary.
So here is the question, and then the answer to that question was 197 million square miles, or for Sean and some of our other Canadian friends out there, 510 million square kilometers. So the math here, you have 164,000 square miles out of 197 million square miles is about 1/1200th of the surface area.
Or 0.00008%. It's pretty big for California.
It sure is.
About 5 minutes.
Oh, clouds again.
Yeah, it's quite interesting how things change.
He's only out there for like 8 minutes.
Mm.
I'll let myself go out now.
Jimmy 4, Houston. Jimmy 4, Houston Capcom.
Josh, this is Jim. What, got any message for us?
The flight director says get back in.
Okay. One. Where are we over now? I don't know. We're coming over the west there, and they want you to come back in. Back in? Back in.
Roger, we've been trying to talk to you for a while here.
Coming in.
He looks
You got
dead.
about 4 minutes till.
It looks like stop motion. Like he's a puppet.
Mm.
Like everything moves in like
For
a
a brief
jerky,
moment, we were able to
jarring
ride tourist class with Gemini
fashion.
4, watching the crew at work.
And remember, NASA had like the most
Catch a
advanced
glimpse
cameras on the goddamn planet.
Yeah.
But all their footage looks like shit.
of a space sunrise, flaring in brilliant color over the
Ash has a question. He said, at what speed are they orbiting?
I don't know in this particular instance, but it always seems like they're going at least 10,000 miles an hour or some nonsense.
And then Jay said, question, why is Sean gay? Just kidding. Let's go, fun friends. Please drop your questions for Jackie and Gina.
Earth's horizon. Using the same camera, McNivet photographed ground objects.
Now, this camera that can barely get anything like clear up there, where there's no atmospheric disturbance, can take this picture of this tiny little island off the coast of the Gulf of Mexico from where it was at, no problem.
And you can see the triangles in the thing. It's quite detailed.
Off the Texas coast. Shortly after the new ship came into mission control on the 4th day, the first spacecraft problem arose. The computer did not function.
The computer didn't work.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
We'll work on it. We'll give you an answer when we get one.
The malfunction was pinpointed in the 49th revolution. When it did not clear up, Mission Director Christopher Kraft made a decision. Gemini 4 would go to a rolling re-entry. He immediately queried the command pilot.
Hey, Gemini 4, what is your feelings on a rolling re-entry versus a 90-degree bank angle? We're recommending rolling here.
Do a barrel roll!
Yeah, get the job done, so why don't we go ahead with it?
Computer don't work. Do a barrel roll.
Revolution. The 4th day and the computer out, but no problem.
Everything is fine.
This is fine. I'm okay with the events that are unfolding currently.
The flight surgeons made their final checks. Both men were busy stowing equipment. Now television and radio were back again. Gemini 4 would fly the same type of re-entry as Gemini 2, an earlier unmanned flight.
Okay, is this a real map?
I think it's made out of early, quote, satellite balloon images, maybe, and then like pieced together like little photos. Because when you look, like if you, or I don't know if you're able to zoom further in, but when you zoom really far in, it looks like little squares, like almost kind of like how Google Earth is made out of just like static squares.
Yeah.
And so it seems like it might be. But then the northern coast of South America looks off to me. Like it looks too flat.
Yeah, it was
an
weird.
onboard camera, Gemini 2, looking through the spacecraft window. The film is reproduced at 4 times normal speed.
Too straight.
Gemini 4, Houston Capcom.
Nope. Now we get the fun stuff. Doing the barrel roll. Because when you spin an object, it tends to.
I was gonna say.
Here's for you, Flurfy.
Hold on, because I know this is gonna drive some people crazy, but when you come back just a little bit, is it here? That
Flat.
looks pretty fucking flat.
And then when it's in the middle, it's flat, and when it's on one side, it's curved one way, and when it's on the other side, it's convex.
Oh, Mikey, thanks for stopping by and smashing all those buttons. Go enjoy your family dinner and drinks. Singlet said, you know what? AI works in tiles too. Listen, if we got AI and we've had AI out for a while now, that means that NASA and the government have had it for years prior, guys. 100%. 100%. All right, here we go.
Oh, your weather is still very good, Jeff.
I threw that in there for you because I know,
Onboard tape recorder is
your
running.
flatness.
Listen to two men returning to Earth after 4 days in space.
Yeah, we're putting our ionization layer out there. Not reading it anymore now,
Oh, suddenly everything goes white. Fade to white.
Did he go through the clouds?
I don't know. He was still so far above the clouds.
and it's a good one, isn't it?
Apparently, you just hit like a layer of neon and argon and helium and hydrogen, and all of a sudden, space disappears.
During re-entry, the USS Wasp launched 13 search and recovery
Just like that.
aircraft. Gemini 4 splashed down at 12:13 Eastern Standard Time, June 7, 1965. It was sighted by a search aircraft 7 minutes later.
Oh man, what is all that green shit in the water? Would you really want to dive in there?
12:39, Command Pilot McDivitt opened the hatch. Both men took a deep gulp of fresh air. 4 days in space had ended. Gemini 4 was a major advance
watch
in
the
manned
helmet.
spaceflight operations. The first time two men had spent 4 days in space.
It's not a helmet that rotates. So that spacewalk was bullshit because that head rotated.
In the exploration of space in a properly controlled environment, and suffer no significant ill effect from extended spaceflight.
They've tried to retcon it.
That when me shit turns purple and smells like rainbow sherbet.
But they've tried to retcon history by saying that those early helmets did rotate. And they didn't, because they even had like press releases talking about how they had to make the wide visors with the sun shield because they couldn't turn their heads and keep the seal. And so now they've tried to retcon history by saying, no, we had rotating helmets for Gemini. But then when you look at the footage of them on the ground and he's moving his neck, there's no rotational movement. It's all the movement is below the seal where it's soft.
Yeah.
And so when you see him like out into, floating around in space, moving around like a Gumby character, stop motion, and then all of a sudden his head rotates to the camera and he gives you that little salute money shot, that's not possible in those helmets.
Yeah, Cassie said, "Ooh, I didn't catch that part." Yes, you couldn't break the seal. Weird. It is very.
And like I literally had to like comb through tons of stuff and just try to condense down because there's like 40 hours worth of shit. There's no way I was getting through it all. And there's stuff that I wanted to find that I couldn't. And then there was stuff that I knew I had and I couldn't find it because it was probably just named like 1297545, video.mp4, and shit.
The other thing that also confuses me with the spacewalks is they're connected by a hose, right? That's where they're supposedly getting their oxygen from. But if my kid curls the hose the wrong way, the pressure's gone. But yet they're pushing.
Well, I mean, there are good hoses that you can crank and they don't fully collapse.
But even oxygen, I'm a CNA. You crank that oxygen line or those suction lines or even just an IV in your arm, and they're gonna be like beep beep beep.
Right, and also inside those cords is their communication lines back then, like because I also have a video in here amongst this stuff where it's talking about how the lifelines also included their communications.
Mm-hmm.
And so it wasn't just air. And then he had like that thing in his hand that looked like a bunch of like air canister. So maybe his air, because at one point they said you have 4 minutes of air left. I don't personally know if they're specifying how much he has left in his canisters that were in his hand, if those were oxygen or not, or if
Oh, yeah,
that was how much they had available to pump out to him. I don't know.
makes sense. Makes sense. All right. And these list of things you were talking about the helmet. So, but the next one you have listed here is I have a funny thing,
Oh,
headspace.
oh, a funny thing that happened on that's a long video. That's one to like jump around through. We should probably hold off on that.
Okay.
That's a video made by a guy named Bart Sibrel or Sibrel. I don't know, but
So what I'm gonna
he
do for that one
he
is
got he got assaulted by astronauts for going up to them with like holy Bibles and tried to get one of them to put their hand on the
oh,
Bible and swear they went to the moon, and
I,
not one of them would do it. And Buzz Aldrin punched him, like literally physically assaulted him. And
thanks, Ash, for stopping by. Appreciate you. I hope Minnie is getting a nap in. Tell her I love her and I miss her and I love you guys. Um, yeah,
but
I've
he's
seen that
basically
one.
been trolling NASA for like the last 30 years.
Yeah.
He's
So
the
what
guy he's the guy who also released the footage that was leaked to them or accidentally given to them in a Freedom of Information request that showed them faking their distance from Apollo by like using stuff on the glass to make it look like a fraction of the moon and then or a fraction of the earth, and then when they took it down, the camera was still on,
yeah.
and that footage got sent to them, maybe by
Oh,
accident or intentionally, we don't know, but it shows them faking their distance from the earth, and then they pull the thing down and the whole cabin lights up because they're in low earth orbit or whatever.
I see. I see. Makes sense.
So he's a long time troll of NASA. Like he's been trolling NASA like to their face like
The
for
only thing
30
that
years.
kind of and I understand that because I've fallen into don't and it's on both sides. Don't trust the government. The government lies. Both sides. Doesn't matter which side you're on. Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, Green Party, wherever you are, everyone consistently says, "Yeah, do I trust Trump?" I could give you 80%, but they're all politicians. You're not going to find a 100% truthful politician. You're just not going to.
See, Trump wasn't a politician.
Exactly.
Now he's a politician.
Now he's a politician. Exactly. And it always baffles me when people defend when people defend NASA. It's nasa.gov.
They're literally a branch of the Department of Defense.
Yes. So it always it confuses me.
It's like, you ever wonder like where the government gets all this money for their black budget projects and operations when there's like no congressional paper trail? Well, we
Mhm.
just so happen to have this branch of the Department of Defense that's never been audited and collects millions of dollars in taxpayer money a day, and all it gives you is CGI cartoons and orange tang.
Yes.
Where do you think that money is really going? Because it
I
ain't going into space.
I don't know if I saved it or not, but it was a crazy math question. You may have even seen it or done it. But there literally was a thing. Oh, damn it! I should have saved it when I saw it. Um, but it was literally like NASA gets this much money a year, and you break it down into like it doesn't the math doesn't math as far as what they're getting and what they're using it for. It
And
was
what they produce.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
everything that they produce is supposed to be
Casey
pretty
told me.
much available for the public's like benefit and use.
Yes,
And to date, all I can think of is egg carton foam for sound dampening, um, orange tang, freeze dried ice cream.
I love
Like, I
freeze
don't
dried.
think we're getting our money's worth.
Coach Joyce says
I
all
still
the
don't have a flying car.
right. Um, all the science orgs that are deemed credible are arms of the government. Every single one. The scientists that disagree with them get deemed as
Pseudoscientist, misspelled,
pseudoscientists,
but still
etc.
correct.
Yeah, but they are the ones with the real truth. Um, so which video we have Headspace, space cars.
I was actually arguing in a server earlier today. People started talking about the moon landing, and it was like split down the middle. People, it's fake, it's real, it's fake, it's real. It's like, well, how ironic is that? You know, I'm gonna be on a show discussing such a topic tonight, and they're
We
like, what about the moon rocks, huh? And then it's
agree.
like I grabbed like 4 different news articles, and they were even from like MSNBC,
Thank you for the great thinking.
physics.org. And it was back when the Dutch museum, which was gifted moon rocks by NASA directly, they finally tested them and they were petrified wood.
Oh, I've seen that.
And
Guys,
it was this was publicly acknowledged, like on every mainstream like news outlet. And I put those in there and it shut a couple of them up, which felt kind of nice.
we were just rated by Yankee Free himself. I hope your tummies are full because the whole entire time that I was listening to you guys and watching you guys, my stomach was growling. And then I tried to take a little cat nap before tonight. Um, and every time I would roll over, I'm like, damn, I'm hungry. Damn, I'm hungry. And then I would listen to crazy dudes laugh. And then I heard chicken kebabs and brats. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so hungry.
I made myself
Oh,
chicken
so
fingers earlier.
but welcome in all you beautiful raiders. You guys come from an amazing channel. I know you guys know what to do because all of our peeps, we ask you the same thing. You know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, repost, repost, repost. I do go back afterwards and read the funny one-liners you guys put when you guys hit that repost button. So please go ahead and make sure to do that. Like I said earlier, I already have 1 thumbs down. Actually, I have 3 thumbs downs already, folks, and only a 26 thumbs up. So there are 50 of you in here. So make sure to smash that like button and repost. Let's get the good word out there. Let's never let the haters hate, 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 hate. I know that was corny, but that's just me. So you only eat 1 meal a day? Yeah, I usually eat 1 or 2. It depends. It's usually 1 right before my live, and then sometimes I'll snack during the live, and then before bed. I'm always hungry after a live. It's the weirdest thing. You've made it when you get them thumbs down. I know. I got 3 of them so far, and I'm only 40 minutes in, so we'll see where this goes. So Jackie, which one would you like me to play next for the boys and girls?
I don't even remember all that were in there because I had to
Okay.
condense down so far.
So funny thing, what I did with that one is I posted that in the chat for you guys to click, watch, save on your own time. It is a longer video. So we have Headspace, Space Cars, ISS
Well,
Foxtography.
let's do space cars because SpaceX is the big, fake space right now.
All right. So I don't want to be full screen just yet.
If I recall, this one actually starts out with just like random goofy shit, and then
Yes.
because I was uploading it to a sock, it had a 15-minute limit, and it's like I might as well like crush other shit on here rather than upload a bunch of 7 and 8s. I can just upload a few 15s.
Yeah. Mr. Scott said, don't let them yuck your yum. Nobody can ever yuck my yum, Scotty. CW says, the haters don't say anything here. I know. I wish a motherfucker would. Because it's a lot of fun when they do come in here and they shit talk, but they'd rather just thumbs down and run away. But
Fucking lurkers.
yeah, it's fine. Lurk away. You guys pretty much know my rule. I am down for anything that you throw in my chat. I just ask you to Be respectful to my friends and family in the chat. Be respectful for my guests if I have one on. If you have any hate to spread, just spread it all over me. I'll take all your hate. Just don't fuck with my peeps. All right, so we're going to let's start goofy stuff and space cars. So here we go again. If you want to chit chat over it, just let me know and I'll pause it if I have any questions or observe anything.
I mean, the first half of this is like just goofy shit. We won't need to pause through any of those.
All right, let's roll.
I added that part.
That's hilarious.
This is actual NASA footage that somebody added shit to for their amusement.
Scott, I really am a big follower and admirer of your Twitter feed. You're getting a lot of beautiful images from the space station, and I know you have some other creature comforts like the new espresso machine.
You know, the space station is actually you know, even though it's a remote place and it's a tough environment because you can never leave, there's no running water, you have a lot of work to do, you're always at work. There are little things that make life here more normal, like the espresso machine, which we just got running, which, by the way, is a science experiment. And we only have 15 espresso capsules, so we're
now we know why he has that diaper
on.
on.
But it worked great, tasted great. Recently got a projector television to use for work-related things like video conferences and some software we can look at on it, but we also use it to watch movies. So, yeah, some of those little small things make a big difference up here.
It's fucking awesome. Look,
There
there's
comes
even
the
a
lube.
one right there in the front of the screen on the right-hand side. I didn't even notice that one until now.
And there's the lube floating up.
Oh my god. What a Rusty.
Can't have goofy shit without some Mel Brooks.
Zooming along, protecting the Hebrew race. If Jews out in space, if trouble appears, we'll put it right back in its place. When Goyim attack us, we give them a smack, we'll slap them right back in the face.
I'm pleased to announce that NASA has entered the planning stages of a mission to approach that.
If that song seems really familiar, it's because Mel Brooks was a master at recycling his old jokes and making them new again. The Men in Tights song is done to that exact same progression with the exact same lyrical breakdown, like syllabically.
Interesting.
Like when we're Jews in space, we're men in tights. You know, and if you were to like watch both bits back together, back to back, they're essentially the same song. They're sung to the same rhythm, the same little scheme. And it's basically just because it's catchy. It's also kind of like how the Jeopardy theme is I'm a Little Teapot. If you actually listen to it, it's I'm a Little Teapot.
Truth Quest has a question for you and says, have you read Selected by Extraterrestrials by William Tompkins?
No, because I don't believe extraterrestrials are aliens from other planets.
Well, break down the word extraterrestrial. You have extra land. It's in the word. Extraterrestrial.
Yeah.
Extraterrestrial means land, not space. If they were from outer space, it would be extra something.
Well, we're not from the ocean, but we had to travel over it.
Yeah. And
From
welcome,
land to land.
Dominion. How are you? Not just Gina. I think you should be famous so we can call you Gina, like Cher or Prince. Well, make sure you share this stream, repost, tell all your
We already have your glittery glamour shot too.
glitter. Oh yeah, you did that one. That was oh, who was that? That was Mariah Carey, right?
Yeah, glitter, your favorite substance.
Yeah, I fucking hate glitter. Glitter is the fucking devil. Firepaw said this is the parody song to Robin Hood Men in Tights? ? Yes.
It's not the parody song. Is the songs are to the same exact beat and like lyrical setup. Like basically, like when you sing a song to a different you sing a song to a melody, but that melody is taken from a different song.
Yes.
But it's not like a parody of that song. You're just recycling. It's like you're recycling the chords on a guitar. Like you watch like some of the biggest bands and they have like 5 chords in all their fucking albums. It's like because they sound good.
Exactly. I want to thank all you beautiful people for being here.
I'm not saying that in Men in Tights that they sang Jews in Space. I'm just saying that the We're Men in Tights song and Jews in Space are identically like produced songs.
All right. Firepaw, welcome to the Red Rash and the Gina Wall. Welcome in. I love you for being here. Steven of Late Night Ramblings. Guys, make sure to click Late Night Ramblings. Follow his channel. Great gamer, funny commentator. He also loves to chit chat with the chat. So make sure you do that. You're very welcome, Firepaw. I appreciate you guys all being here. And let's see who caught. And Credence was gifted the membership by Late Night Ramblings. Welcome.
You caught a membership.
Infected. Sucker. Gina is already famous. We already call her just Gina. Welcome in, Del Taco.
Get it?
Yeah. I get it. Funny. All right. Let's see what Andrew Griffin has to say.
Okay, hold on. This is actually from years ago, and this was probably done with early commercially available AI, and it's pretty hilarious. You should actually rewind it a few seconds, and I'm just gonna shut up. Keep in mind this came out in like 2018, 2019, and just think of where AI is now, and then just look at this. Then.
Oh, Delta Echo. I am going to Delta. See, I call you Del Taco and then go back to Delta Echo because my brain reads it as Delta Echo. It's the weirdest thing. Me and Lady have been chit-chatting.
Does look like Del Taco.
It does. We're gonna get the ladies of Rumble together and we're gonna have a ladies stream and it's gonna be so much fun. All right, let's go ahead.
Estrogen fest.
Click play. It's gonna be so fun. Let's roll.
I'm pleased to announce that NASA has entered the planning stages of a mission to approach that cute girl from the laundromat by 2018. Senior project scientists Dr. Adam Thompson and Dr. Carson Harper discovered the girl 3 months ago at a Houston area sudden save between dryers 4 and 5, giving her the name Thompson Harper, number 3499102. Dr. Thompson?
Thank you. According to our observations, Thompson Harper becomes visible for 70 to 90-minute intervals every Wednesday night. She masses between 30 and 60 kilograms, and her eyes are the color of magnesium ion silicate. She is attractive, and based on observed interactions with laundromat employees, she is not cold or lifeless.
The approach will be implemented in 3 phases. 1, planning, which will take an estimated 8 years. 2, execution, which will take 4 to 12 minutes. And 3, results. which, depending on the success of phase 2, could lead to anything from naked showering together to marriage.
The mission will cost an estimated $900 million. The team is in the early stages of development of a joke, which we can use to break the ice. It is a casually humorous observation about how socks seem to disappear in the dryer. The advantages of this topic are twofold. It is specific to the laundromat setting, and if successful, we can transition to level 2, in which we refer to dryers as the black hole for socks. This will allow us to segue seamlessly into talk of space, a topic about which we are extremely comfortable speaking.
We also have a dedicated task force developing trendy new clothes for maximum impact upon approach. These projects are on track to be completed by 2015, and when finished, will introduce us to a whole new world of lady interaction.
We'll now take questions. Yes.
How do you respond to critics who believe the organization is risking another tragedy like the 2002 Girl at Borders bookstore disaster?
Well, none of us want to relive that moment.
And we've put in place protocols for this mission that should prevent a similar outcome. For example, should the interaction become compromised to an unsalvageable degree, a propulsion ejection system can be deployed, which will launch our men out of the laundromat and clear of any potentially embarrassing situation. If that occurs, we will move on to our backup plan, using the Hubble Space Telescope to take higher resolution photos of her and then masturbating furiously while hating ourselves for it.
Yes.
Is this mission connected to the other NASA mission to locate and marry Scarlett Johansson?
No, that mission has been canceled. It was found to be infeasible and just stupid, really. Stupid.
Okay, thank you all for coming.
Hey then, when did you incorporate?
We're preparing to launch the first privately funded manned mission to Mars.
You're going to Mars? That's incredible!
Yes. How do you plan to solve the problem of eyeball explosion when you take off your space helmet?
You leave your helmet on.
These guys seem legit.
This video will explain our revolutionary vision.
Human beings are explorers. It's what we do. It's who we are. But since our world holds no more secrets, we must journey to Mars. Government agencies like NASA say it will be decades before we set foot on the Red Planet. At Exploration Incorporated, we're working hard to establish a human settlement on Mars 10 years from today. Soon, a select group of colonists will leave Earth forever and become the first residents of another world. Will you be one of them? Exploration Incorporated. Never stop exploring.
What about those Mars nutjobs? Who wants to take a one-way trip to a barren, lifeless rock?
Pause for 1 second and welcome in our new friends. Welcome in, Raiders. Glad to see you. Glad for you to be here. Guys, if you are not following Toolman Tim yet, please go ahead, click his name, give him a follow. I appreciate you, Tim. Tim has been super helpful. I woke up the other morning with an amazing feeling of crossing the finish line of catching 400 because Mr. Tim himself was so amazing and so grateful that he pushed me a little push out there on X to get some friends over here. So make sure you give him a follow, show him the love that we have for him over here, because I know you guys are super amazing of that. And because of all his generosity and throwing me out there, I now have 411 followers, which is my height. So my stream is as tall as I am. I appreciate the raid, friends. Also, I saw some chit chat in there. I know it feels like I'm talking to myself. Jackie tried to put a picture in there, but since he doesn't subscribe or pay for StreamYard, it didn't allow him to put an avatar in here in there.
It used to.
So, yeah, StreamYard is being a little picky out there. I know, Tim. 411. I'm so close to 420. We'll get there. We'll slowly get there. Del Taco, thanks for the repost. Friends, new ones and old ones, please make sure to click that like button. Like I said, I already have a few haters already. I don't know why, but now I am currently up to 4 thumbs down and only 34 likes. So please.
Maybe like two of them are haters and two of them are NASA fanboys?
Oh, maybe. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me that they have little henchmen out there. But please make sure that you like the post. If anything, if this is not your jam, please at least give me a follow. Hit that notification bell so when you know I go live. I do go live every Saturday evening, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My following count before I went to sleep was like, I want to say 392. And now I'm up to 411, and that's all from yesterday morning. So it's a bit overwhelming. And it's super amazing. I feel super greatly, like super appreciative and grateful for all the Rumble love and all the love that's over here on this platform. It is truly an amazing platform. I'm surprised my Rumble video is still up. They like to fuck with a lot of shit like this because free speech isn't actually free speech. So it's great to have a platform like this. So guys, you know my rules. If you are in here and you have a channel, please post your link down below. Friends, you know what to do. Please click it. Please follow them and spread the Rumble love. I love you too, guys. So yeah, do all those fun things. But let's listen to what Homer has to say because I know he's got some fun things. Go.
Yeah, in a couple years, we'll have a perfectly good, barren, lifeless rock right here.
This guy gets it.
Abort launch!
That's a negative.
I think you're forgetting the motto of Blue Bronco. Let's do this thing.
12, 11. This is not happening. Do you know how to run the dishwasher?
Of course not. Maybe we can use paper plates.
Where the hell do we get those? Marge, no!
3, 2, 1. Ignition.
It's not a real rocket. It's the outside of a real rocket.
We did plan to build a real rocket.
And that's one thing they can never take away from us.
That plan is our legacy.
Then why did you move up the launch if you knew it was fake?
To inspire the next generation.
And to...
What was going through your mind? How amazed were you to see your roadster up there with Starman just cruising along with the Blue Planet? And how long will we be getting live views, do you think, from the car?
Well, I think it looks so ridiculous and impossible.
Yes, it is.
And you can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly. Like, we'd have way better CGI if it was fake.
5, 4, 3, 2.
I'm going to pause that for a second because I have 3 kids. I'm pretty good at reading people, and he looked super awkward in that moment. Like, haha, this joke's going to go off well because that's the plan. Like, he just screamed uncomfortable there. Are you there, Jack?
Yeah, my StreamYard, I guess, like disconnected me randomly earlier.
That was weird.
Yeah, no, he looks like the kid with his hand in a cookie jar, that awkward smile.
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna lie, and this is gonna come off as truthful because it's so ridiculous that it
He's
just
a really awkward dude.
he's awkward anyways. Yeah, 100%.
Like, I mean, we all laugh at like how Bezos and Zuckerberg and Bill Gates, they're all awkward and weird, you know. Very, very few of them are down to earth like Mark Cuban used to be like 20 years ago, and not anymore. And Steve Ballmer, he seems pretty chill. And then you got Paul Allen, he's pretty normal for a, you know, tech billionaire. But then you got these like awkward dudes like
Joyce said you could tell he was lying. That's how uncomfortable he is with his script, because that's what it is, guys. It's a script.
this right here is the press footage, and then it cuts into someone breaking down issues within this footage.
All right, let's roll.
Let's pause it real quick. Can you pause real quick? My mute.
Side booster, boost back shutdown. Center core boost back first shutdown.
Is my mic working?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay. Here, pause real quick. Gina.
Really excited about today. Incredibly proud of the SpaceX team. They've done an incredible job of creating really the most advanced rocket in the world and biggest rocket in the world. I'm still trying to absorb everything that happened because it seems surreal to me. I had this image of just a giant explosion on the pad with, a wheel bouncing down the road and like the Tesla logo landing somewhere with a thud. But fortunately, that's not what happened.
Now, if you look at the background here, you'll notice something very distinct here. And if you actually look at the image from earlier here of the filming studio where it's filmed, because obviously this isn't the rocket here. This is a film studio. You can see the cameras and the backdrop and everything. You notice anything that looks similar here
Here,
in the
pause it real
background?
quick.
Notice this.
So if you look real carefully in the background, you see all those lines in the top half where they're on the walls in the dark, those hatch lines.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look down here in the pictures that were taken inside the quote mock-up, and they have all those same lines going through it. Those lines are used in CGI to pinpoint locations for overlays. Like it's kind of like when you see like motion capture and they'll have like a guy with all the little reflective balls hanging off him on a suit. You ever seen that?
Yes. Yeah, when they wear the whole like one
And,
piece.
and
Yeah.
and it's so they can map the movement of each joint and each section of the body so they can properly map CGI to it. Those lines are used to map CGI behind stuff, like those lines. They're basically points of reference.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can see them inside the quote hatch right before it goes out into space. Like you can see them up on the walls near where your mouse cursor is. They're faint because it's dark.
Yeah, these, yeah.
And then you got pictures of the vehicle from the front and from the back. Like, why would they have it on the? I don't know. It looks so weird.
It does look weird.
A
But
little
yeah,
a part here that's the backdrop that's connected together. Yeah, that's the same backdrop that's over here. And to even further prove that, if you look at the little hatch marks here where it closes shut, this is the front of the car. So the front of the car is over here. Look at this hatch right here, and look at that hatch there. And the back of the car, look at the hatch here. Look at the hatch there. It's the same exact backdrop. They literally forgot to Photoshop this out of the video footage, which is it's just so lazy and just sloppy editing. The car never even left the film studio, and there it is, back behind the backdrop there where they green screened the earth behind it in. So here is where you're gonna see the background, the layered in earth here, because it's layered in on a green screen. It glitches out here, and it's going to be pretty obvious that it's green screened in. Let's go ahead and play it here. Pay attention about right here. See that
Oh.
glitch where it just glitched out? And it did it again. And then it did it again. Watch close, right on the
If
perimeter
you
of the
look
Earth here.
right above here, when the Earth comes in it, there's a little something down here when it glitches.
Glitch.
Yeah.
And it glitched out again. And one more time. See, that's just showing you that it's layered in
Hey,
to
Jack.
the backdrop. It's green screened in. But this one here is even worse. So let's go ahead and play this one.
You can see the reflective light there.
Watch right here.
Yep.
What is okay? Right down
Studio.
here where the line is, see the white thing on the car door? That's a reflection off of a light. There shouldn't be any light there. No?
I mean, and if it was the sun, he would be completely lit.
Yeah, and there's there's shadows. Okay, play.
See that glitch? Right there.
Also, you'll notice
fuzzy.
there's a lot of parallax scrolling to the shadows, which means the light source isn't very far.
Yeah.
What was
Like
that?
little lines pop off
Look
of
at
it.
this.
That was
There's
weird.
like lines coming out of the side of the Earth there. What was that? I mean, that is just ridiculous. I gotta pause this here when it does that. That is, it's ridiculous. Look at this.
So
It's
you
really just
do I'm gonna pause
it's
this
a
for a
green.
second. So you do a lot of AI shit where you take our faces and you put them on other people. Is this just a glitch? Why wouldn't have somebody caught this? Or are they just like, hey, fuck it. We'll just give them an excuse? Like, is this just pure laziness? Is this something they didn't?
It's laziness, but also what they like to do is they like to claim that because digital video takes grids and keeps everything that isn't moving the same and just changes the squares that have movement in them, it's
Mhm.
a form of compression. So it saves space rather than having to draw the entire screen. It's only having to redraw parts of it.
Ah, okay.
And so they like to blame it on digital glitching. But now keep in mind, we don't have these digital glitches happening with our low end consumer fucking digital cameras.
Yeah.
Like they're very rare. They're in like every goddamn NASA video.
Mm-hmm.
Like anytime that there's doing something with space, there's a glitch. And it's because like when you do this stuff with a movie, you have people who are there to then go in and fix those things. These people have like an even bigger budget and can't seem to like chalk up more than a few pennies to actually producing their cartoons. Which is why during the Gemini 4 I put that Rudolph stop motion up there in the corner because it came out the year before and its stop motion was way better. You know, and it's like this guy's like moving like in articulated little spots like piece by piece by piece. Whereas like with Rudolph, you know, there's like birds flapping their wings and stuff and
It's just so like
basically it's I also
CW
think it's because they like to do stuff like this
cameras.
live, and so they can't go back and fix it.
So CW says cameras can't work in space. And Jack said NASA equals need another 7 astro turds.
If cameras can't work in space, then why do we have all these cameras in space? And why do we have all these cameras taking super high resolution photos and
The one thing that baffles me, and I always go back to because questions we're made from a young age to ask questions. Where are all the satellites and the stars here?
Yeah, they always talk about how there's so much debris and junk floating around the planet, and I've never once seen any of it.
No,
No matter if they're in low Earth orbit or not. And like when you see like the footage of like the ISS and it's like just like the front of the ISS sticking in the shot and like the Earth like rotating under it, and you just see like lights everywhere that are supposed to be cities as it goes by, and there's even lights in like the Sahara Desert. Like
Yeah.
really,
hmm
like what population centers are out there?
Also, I've been on a plane that goes pretty fast. You know, and you see things kind of moving, but I believe the ISS is moving at like 16,000 miles per hour or something insane. Like, wouldn't you get dizzy? Like, wouldn't the
Well, no, you wouldn't get dizzy because there's no resistance. Is
Ah,
that's why when I pointed out why is this cord flapping if there's no resistance?
gotcha.
Like when you have a cord and you fling it out into space, it shouldn't move more than the force that was given behind it.
Right.
Because it's not interacting with anything, it's in a void. Like if you put a fan in a vacuum chamber and a bunch of feathers in front of it, and then you suck all the oxygen and air out of the thing and turn it into a vacuum, then you turn on the fan, the feathers don't move
Mm-hmm.
because there's nothing for the fan to push into the feathers to move them.
Gotcha. CW said all the radiation waves in space don't allow cameras.
That might have been their excuse for film.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
digital, you put it in a housing. I mean, everything's covered supposedly in like stuff to protect against radiation's effects. They've had cameras mounted outside the ISS for decades. You know, like,
All right, we got about a minute or so left on this video. So we're
and
gonna
then
go.
how come it's only affecting the planet? Why, if the camera's not working, why isn't the space guy in the car all fucked up?
Yeah, shouldn't he be melting?
Why is it only one layer and it will disappear where the front layer is? Because it's not affecting the front layer because it's a layered video. If it was truly a graphical glitch, it would affect all over the screen. It wouldn't affect specific things in it, like little cutouts.
All right, let's finish up this one.
Screen glitch. It's
But just watch this. It's provably not real.
Entire Earth glitches out, both under the tires, through the tires. How does that happen? How can you explain this? And it's either layering or it's a car in front of a huge monitor. But
I didn't
either
even
way,
notice that
the
behind the
screen in
tire.
the background glitched out. Watch the supposed ball Earth glitch out.
Did you see that, bro?
Supposed ball Earth glitch out. So from both
I
angles,
also like how the Earth is stuttering as it moves. Like it kind of pops and bounces a little.
I've seen the images
Yeah.
of it with the.
That looks fake.
It looks.
That's
fake.
how you know it's real.
Is that how you know it's real?
Yeah.
That's how you know it's real, because it looks fake. Amanda, I haven't looked at it just yet, but I will look at it. I promise you.
And the Chinese are worse at it. They don't even like get rid of their air bubbles when they film in underwater tanks. All they do is they put up a blue filter to get rid of the water, and suddenly it's a spacewalk. But then there's bubbles coming out of what they're working in.
Yeah,
Bubbles can't exist in a vacuum because they would just it would pop. There's nothing. You need atmosphere to hold the bubble together.
well, kind of like what Jay said here is you can't have a vacuum next to a pressure without a solid barrier.
Yeah, how come our atmosphere just hasn't like been sucked into the vacuum of space based on like basic thermodynamics of things going from a place of where they're condensed into filling a place where they're not.
Well, it was funny because on one of my other shows that I did, the weather modification, and I forget who it was, but I had either a question or a troll or somebody was in there, and I was like, yeah, they have cloud making machines that they can make clouds. And they literally said, well, that's stupid. You can't make a cloud in an open environment. No, you can't. It needs to be enclosed.
Yeah, enclosed. It's enclosed in our atmosphere, and you can make a cloud. Cloud seeding has been around for over 100 years.
100%.
I mean, Dubai has been flooding their.
I have all the patents.
Yeah, and like Dubai, in order to get more rain, they've been doing cloud seeding, and they made too much rain, and it started washing away the foundations under all these new big skyscrapers because they're built into sand.
Yeah, exactly. And Coach Joyce will tell you, I forget who it was, but she may be able to tell you that said, never build your house upon the sands, always build it upon the rocks or somewhere around there, because sand goes away. It's not very solid.
Well, they still go down to the bedrock. The point is they're washing away the foundation for stuff like the concrete above it.
Clouds
Like
cannot exist without an enclosed system, period, because they would just disappear. All right, so we do have, what time? We're in about an hour and 18, 19 minutes or so. So we're at 10:20. Yeah, we haven't been back since the 60s. I don't know, but we have been to the
Oh
moon.
no, the 70s. Remember, we were there 73. Notice all the moon landings happened during Vietnam. It was really good distraction.
CW, huge, or the 1 a.m. Post your prior comment, because I don't see it. Elementary experiment of a cloud in a bag in a bottle proves that. Gina likes to keep things short. Sad face. I know, but I stream seven nights a week. And I do not only Sean and I's 4 to 5 hour streams. I also appear on a lot of our friends' channels, like Daniel's or Yankee Freeze or DA1's, or sometimes even during the day I'll poke in on Stuck in New York, Stucky's channel. So this is, it's in the comments, not the chat. All right, 1 a.m. I will do that. But before I do that, you guys all know me. I'm a goddamn Cocker Spaniel. Jack, is there a video you would like me to start so I can excuse myself real quick for the restroom for 2 minutes?
It's funny because I was gonna say I gotta go take a piss. So we can both we can go to the bathroom together. Like
Beautiful.
girls at a restaurant.
Well, yeah, it'll be like we're at the bar. Let's see what clips here next.
So we got the Chinese one.
We have Headspace, ISS Foxtography, Soviet's first spacewalk.
It's photography.
Photography.
Like faux as in fake.
You know me and my reading. Photography. The first U.S. spacewalk. Funny thing happened on the way to the moon. Inconvenient reality. Let's see. Good stuff. We did that one. ISS hoax. Which one should I play?
Put on ISS. No. What was the? Go put on Headspace. I think that was the one that had the Chinese stuff.
Headspace. Okay, so Headspace. We will done. Let me reshare that. Headspace. Don't make that big. I don't want to play it yet. All right, folks, we're going to add this to the screen. I am going to
Okay, so this starts out with the challenge. This one's actually one we probably don't want to miss because it's so egregious.
Well, how about this? You stay, watch the video with the chat, and then when I come back, you can go ahead so they can hear you. I'll turn the volume down just a bit on this, so they can hear you over it. And it, you know me, I'm pretty quick, so I will be right back.
The cockpit arrangement associated with deploying a satellite. In this particular view, Dan is actually operating the 16 millimeter camera panning the cockpit. You can see Dick over there on the left. He's sort of supervising the operation. There's Dale. He's going to be handling the cameras and the switches. And I'm working from the commander's seat up front, sending out commands through keyboard and talking to the PAM and a satellite through CRT display. You can see, as I said, that was basically our arrangement. Our Dan sat in the pilot seat during this operation, sort of monitoring the motion of the vehicle, making sure that it was steady and that there were very few vibrations of any
There's a
sort.
face in there.
Here's a picture of the INSAT actually being deployed from the spacecraft. You can see that the deploy went very smoothly. At the moment of deploy, there was a large thump, and as I said, the spacecraft was deployed very smoothly, and there were no vibrations or no precession of the satellite as it left the payload bay. Matter of fact, Dale pointed out that about a minute, 20 seconds after deployment, you could see some of the jets on the spacecraft actually firing.
Okay, what you just watched was the Challenger STS-8 in low Earth orbit, 1983, with a satellite being deployed from the payload bay. Now, let's examine the video with a critical eye.
So you missed the face, but they're
What I
going
want you
to
to
go
do
back
is
to
keep
it.
your eye on the
Okay.
upper right corner of the screen. Once the camera switches to the outside rear of the space shuttle where the satellite is being deployed.
Dan sat in the pilot seat during this operation, sort of monitoring the motion of the vehicle, making sure that it was steady.
And here we go. I see this guy's face pop up behind the space shuttle.
Oh,
Yes, ladies and
he was
gentlemen,
like, "Shit, I'm
that
gonna
is
get
a
fired."
man's face moving around behind the space shuttle
Now
in
they
outer
claim that
space.
it's his
Now I'm
reflection
going to
off of
zoom
the
in where you can
window,
get a better
and
look.
he's filming it, but that's not
There we
true.
go.
Because then they do this.
So he pops his head up, then he
Oh,
ducks
he's
back
like, I got
down, and
noticed.
then he raises up just again for a second.
But
Oh,
here's how they prove that it's
Now I'm going
not
to
a
put a
reflection
thermal
off of
filter on
glass.
it so you can see that
That
this
it's
is
actually
not any
someone
tricks
behind the
done by
model.
myself.
See?
See
It's
the
not a
face steam
reflection
rise
off the
up,
glass. He is behind the model.
back down, and he raises back up again.
From the spacecraft, you can see that the deploy went very smoothly.
Okay,
you can
now
still
let's
see him
zoom
there.
in using the thermal filter. And there you see him pop up.
There's a picture of the
There he goes down.
But if he was a
Pops
reflection
back
off the
up again.
glass, he would be reflecting over
Then
the
you can
front
also
of
see a little bit more movement going on behind the
the
shuttle. I'm not
model.
sure if that's his body
But he's
or
only
whether he's
behind
moving
it.
around back there.
Yeah, there shouldn't be
But you can go to
anything,
NASA's website and watch the
thermal
original for yourself if you
there.
don't believe me.
Well, they're claiming that he's a reflection off of the window, and that he's the guy with the camera filming it. But it isn't true.
Because we have this upward shift of everything without.
Do you want to take your quick potty break while I watch this?
Yeah. Gravity pulling our skin down. But realistically, there actually is a toll on our bodies physiologically and medically. And that's part of the reason why all these experiments are so important. We have seen certain physiological systems, like our arteries, for example, do age faster up here than they do on Earth. So it's really important that we keep doing these studies so we can make sure that we can.
Why spend your hard-earned money on expensive brands like Puma if you can get the Chinese knockoff Numa, Tuna, Pimp or Pig much cheaper? Also, why spend a fortune on faking space with NASA, ESA or Roscosmos when CNSA, the Chinese National Space Administration, can do it for just a fraction of these budgets? Just take a look at China's spacewalk, 2008. They filmed it in a pool, just like the big space agencies, with the same telltale signs. Bubbles in space, astronauts, taikonauts in this case, and objects like their Chinese flag and the security cable fighting against the water current. The globe projection in the background glitches, and the whole Earth changes from partly cloudy to completely clouded in a few seconds. For a few extra bucks, the Chinese space actors even throw up a salute to the devil, showing the horned one hand sign just like their overpaid counterparts. Or here, China's space station Tiangong-1 in 2013. The same green screen glitch we have seen from NASA and ESA so often. People don't just appear out of thin air. Yet this taikonaut does exactly that. First you can see right through him, then he gets more and more solid as he enters the module. And why
That
give
happens
NASA
all the
for
time
alleged
in
landings
ISS
on Mars,
footage,
etc.,
where the
when
guy
China's
fades into the
Tigers
shot
can
and
do it
fades
just as
out
good?
as they go around a corner.
Granted, the Chinese moon cartoon landing 2019 looked like it was programmed on a PlayStation, but the brainwashed masses don't notice stuff like that anyway. So why bother making it any better? Critical thinking is as good as dead in our
Hey,
society.
there's no
And
atmosphere,
as
but we're
long
able
as
to
the
just like
mainstream
stop,
propaganda
air
machine
brake,
claims it's
turn, and
real,
rotate,
most of
and then
us
keep
will buy
going
it
fast.
hook, line, and
Like, what the
sinker.
hell was that?
In case you didn't note the sarcasm in my words, I'm really sorry for you, and I hope and I pray that you will wake up from your deep slumber before it's too late. If you are one of the many guys calling me a mentally retarded leg-bit idiot who should quickly kill himself, I'm sorry for disappointing you, but I will do nothing like that. I will go down fighting for the truth, and not like most of you, giving up and defending a giant heap of satanic lies. NASA and all other space agents.
I'm going to pause this real quick. CW wants to know about the chick's knee buckling in the space station.
So, because they're usually strapped to harnesses and stuff for those long shots, sometimes the harness will give and like they'll lurch. Sometimes you'll see them get caught up on the strings and like their clothes will get pulled. Other times they won't properly render out the harness and you'll see people floating by in the background with like a Hollywood like floaty harness around their like abdomen, and they'll just go by in the background with this harness on like they're floating by in the background. And so sometimes the special effects get botched up, and because they're usually trying to do these things live, when they mess up it's noticeable. They also had this one guy who he was messing around with a bolt on the wall and he dropped it and it fell to the ground, but they're in 0G.
Interesting.
And like you see him panic at first too when it hits the ground.
All right, let's watch this Chinese guy in the pool.
Agencies lie. Space is fake. Biblical Earth is flat. God Almighty is real. And Jesus Christ is our beloved Lord and Savior.
But yeah, all you need to do is use a blue light filter and the water disappears. And then like you'll see scuba divers in the reflections of NASA astronauts' helmets when they're doing spacewalks.
That gets it down to 100. Hey, you're looking at me with the big eye. All right, the big eye's on you, Joe. Very good. Let me see if you're nervous, Charlie.
remember, they didn't have lights. They always landed on the light side of the moon, like so that they had light.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of this video is weird. I would just cut it here. But like basically, he's just like having them do stupid things to the beat of the song really poorly. But and then go to photography.
Photography. Okay.
It's a long one, but we can skip around through it. It's basically just a bunch of examples of rendering errors, layering effect problems, glitches, harnesses, like all the ISS fuckery.
Okay.
And that's where they do most of their fuckery now, because that's what we have floating up there, they say. And so that's where most of the fuckery is nowadays, is on the ISS. So like when you were hearing that story about those two astronauts stranded up there forever, it's
Yeah.
bullshit. It's all bullshit.
I agree with you. All right, so we're gonna go to Fox. You said it's a long one, so we're at
Like
an
we
hour
can,
and 34
yeah.
minutes. So we'll play this one. I know we can. We're not gonna. Yeah, we'll play it. We'll figure it out, and
We can skip around through it.
This isn't going to be the last time Jackie will be on. I'm sure you guys know that. So there will be more of these. And September, we will be having a September 11th one. Make it pretty spicy. That one I may do like a special and maybe start an hour earlier. So we get an extra hour as opposed to running an hour later. Because I feel like that one's going to be very spicy, especially around that time. So I know there's a lot for that one. The 1 a.m. says, so the ISS doesn't exist?
I would fashion to say no. I mean, I've seen where people say they're taking pictures of it going across the moon, but then when they were taking pictures of that Chinese spy balloon, the thing hanging from the bottom of it looked exactly like the ISS, a barrel with a bunch of solar panels coming off it left and right. And so who knows? Maybe you're just looking at something else.
All right, we're gonna play it. You've obviously, I know you have watched all of these start to finish, inside and out. So just
not in a long time. Not in a long time. This one, because it was so long, I didn't even attempt. I just clicked through it and saw that it was ISS fuckery, and I was like, well, I hope the things that I want to be in there are in there.
FA Cough Lefties over on Pilled says, is this the fake moon landing? That was the fake moon landing. Joyce says, no, it doesn't exist, basically. They are lying to you about everything to do with space.
Oh, wait. Before I forget, open up the one that's CBS.
CBS?
Yeah.
CBS. I don't know if I don't know. Did you send me that one?
It should be a link in there. CBS 1966.
I just have Gemini 4, A Funny Thing, Headspace, Space Cars, ISS, Soviets' first fake spacewalk. A funny thing happened on the way to the moon. Inconvenient reality, that's Headspace. Goofy stuff, ISS hoax. And then I just have the one with the two cartoons with the gun firing the gun.
All right.
It's
okay.
pronounced fuck off, lefties. Ah, I see what you did there. Fuck off, lefties.
Because I was gonna, because in the CBS one, it's has the one of our first moon space, not moon, but our first one of our first spacewalks. It was like Gemini 6 or something, and the effects on it are even worse than the first one with the stop motion. Like they have like the Earth like below, and it looks like a spinning model, and then like they had like stars at one point that faded in and out, and they just look like little dots thrown up on like a black surface.
Yeah, it's all insane. Fuck off lefties unpilled said, look at the flag on the moon, guys. You can see the pole holding up the top of the flag. We're gonna go ahead and get into this.
Year
Let's see
has
where it
led me to
goes,
the
and
conclusion
let me know where to
that
go,
not even
Jackie.
low Earth orbit is possible, that the International Space Station is a
I
hoax,
don't know. This
and
is just
all manned space travel is fake. First, though, let's have a look at the International Space Station. I want to talk about some of the anomalies I see there. For the inside of the International Space Station, there are a couple of zero-gravity tricks that they use to fake it. The first is they have a complete mock-up of the International Space Station built on the inside of an airplane. And that airplane does a bunch of rises and falls. It does a parabolic, upside-down parabolic trajectory, and that simulates zero gravity. The other main way they simulate the zero gravity is with suspension in front of a blue screen. And they use that trick for extended periods of time, for longer than 45-second segments. But they can't move around as much. They can't do the acrobatic flips and rolls in the extended mode. So there's full motion mode where they can fully move around, and that's faked in a plane. And then there's suspended or extended mode where they're suspended by wires in front of a blue screen. They don't move around as much, but they can make the scene last for a longer period of time. In this scene, Chris Hadfield bends down in order to adjust something, and you can see on the back of his shirt a couple of upticks on either side where you would expect wires to come in on either side of that harness in order to support it. Of course, they've computer graphicked out the supporting wires. You can't actually see them, but what you can see is a very slight discoloration where it's slightly lighter and then it goes slightly darker. And that's strange. That shows a couple of things. First of all, it shows that this isn't live from space. They're often portraying that this is live. Of course, these things are fully choreographed and edited in advance to make sure that there's nothing too obvious that you can see that gives away that this is a suspension in front of a blue screen hoax. The other thing it shows is that this is not raw footage coming to us. This is edited stuff. This is supposed to be a legitimate space program. This is supposed to be the International Space Station, and we should be able to see whatever's going on. But they edit things because the whole thing is edited. In one extended mode scene, Chris Hadfield on the right is going back. He's going back, and then he just stops. That's an odd motion. You would expect if this was true zero gravity that you have to support yourself. You have to stop yourself on both the top and the bottom of your body as you're drifting back. If you just stop yourself with your feet, then your head will rotate backwards. Conversely, if you just hang on at the top with your hands, then your feet will still keep moving. You have to support yourself at both the top and the bottom of your body. But his hands, Chris Hadfield's hands, aren't touching anything. He just goes back and then he stops. And that's odd. You can see a sort of a harness sticking through the t-shirt of Chris Hadfield. It's a harness that's around the waist. That's how they're supported. Also notice that Chris Hadfield has the habit of bringing his knees up. That's because his stomach muscles aren't as strong. He doesn't have as much midriff strength as some of the others who are able to elongate their body and make the hoax look a bit more realistic. He's constantly bringing his knees up because he's not as strong as the others. Occasionally, though, the others bring their knees up
also because
too.
he's Canadian.
Notice that in the extended scenes, which seems to be done in front of a blue screen, like if you have a look at this guy going back towards the screen, there's some strange shadows there, look like they're CGI'd in. using computer graphics, they edit out the supporting wires and edit in these rotating floating objects. They always seem very concerned with the object. Chris Hadfield looks at it very closely. You don't want the object getting too far out of control, because if it starts bouncing off the cabin in a weird way or goes back to the blue screen, it could ruin the whole illusion. They also don't bounce those oranges off the walls. I'd like to see them get a tennis ball and throw it around really hard and fast. And I'd like to see them do-si-do each other really quickly, which they can't do, or they'd get all their wires tangled up. The extended mode is...
All right. I see you. 1 a.m. Everything after 69 up for debate. Read. Okay. So let me go to my comment section. So what the 1 a.m. is saying to you, Jackie, is yes, USA has been to the USA has been to the moon. Why haven't we been back since 1969 is up for argument. Back in the 60s, there were thousands of televisions throughout the world. All of them worked by rabbit ear antennas. No cable, no digital, and no satellite, nor more satellites to repeat or relay signals. Not only was NASA monitoring the moon mission, but people around the globe watched the U.S. land, walk, and take off from the moon in real time. No VCRs, DVRs, cable TV, nor satellite. Bunny ear TV sets in Europe, Asia, Australia, Africa, South America, and North America all watched the mission to the moon from the comfort of their home or a
They
friend.
all watched the mission streamed through Perth, Australia, where it was beamed to.
He said, space is real, but NASA is fake.
And it's kind of like it's like when like an atheist will say, "Oh, I contend that you're also an atheist. I just believe in one less God than you. I believe in one less moon landing than you."
Mermaid said, I think they found some fucked
They also
up.
had a Coke bottle on the moon in the first broadcast. Good thing they didn't have VCRs.
I also think, Mermaid says, I think they found some fucked up stuff and just didn't go back, but that's me. Who knows?
Here's the big issue is like they always talk about how they had to use all these thrusters and stuff. And if you've ever seen anything in a void, you can't use jet propulsion thrust to turn in a void. So basically you have no way to turn directions in space. And therefore when you see like these modules landing and they're aiming themselves and pivoting, there's no way for them to do that. They're in a void. They're in a vacuum.
They're in a vacuum. Yeah, I'm giggling because Ja Bless came in and said, hey, tell that guy in the thumbnail to turn his camera on. I want to see his pretty blue eyes. And you should be shirtless. Oh, wait. Wrong channel. Sorry.
And then
Jake, fuel can't burn in a vacuum. And Ja Bless dropping another subscription and spreading the love. I just want you to know on this channel here, all and any subscriptions, Rumble rants, anything like that is going to my kids' Christmas present fund. So whatever you guys donate here will be given for Christmas time to all my littles. And Joyce, you are gifted by Ja Bless. Welcome to the Rash, girl.
Also, I'd like to point out that Apollo 11 had no cameras on the outside of it. So who put the camera out on the moon to take Neil Armstrong's first steps? Also, who was controlling the camera as it zoomed out and rotated up to watch the module blast back off to meet up with Collins?
Yeah, it's weird. It's
Like,
also
I mean, I just contend that I believe in one less moon landing than you, because the first one is fake too. I also have footage of Russia faking a moon landing that they never went through with.
So
and it's bad.
Fuck
It is
the
bad.
lefties. Yeah, fuck the lefties on Pilled said JFK was trying to expose NASA as well as the CIA. The space shuttle in 2004 burned up coming back into orbit. How did the Jiffy Pop tin tent come back to Earth? Musk reckons that you need at least 8 rockets to get to the moon.
Yeah, I remember the shuttle. It had like all those like ceramic tiles to protect it, and even those barely worked. They had to replace them constantly. Like,
Mm-hmm. It's just all interesting. Um, there's just so many things that we can dive into. We are at 10 of the hour. So this is, I think, a great pause to go to. If you guys have any, throw a couple of questions in there that you guys want to ask. This isn't going to be the last video on this. It looks like Jack may have fallen out again, so we're gonna bring him back.
God, why does it keep doing that? I fucking hate StreamYard.
I have no idea. Gina, I know we're here to talk theories, but what do your kids want for Xmas? That is a great question. I don't know. What am I? I usually do like their stocking stuffers, and then I know my daughter, she needs new ear pods. She needs those. I do need to bro. What are you doing? Ja dropping 5 subscriptions. Bro. I love you. I appreciate you. You guys always make me cry when you do such nice things. That went to third. Knock it off. That went to a TRP. Welcome to the rash. Mermaid girl, here you go. Anything and everything helps. Like, you're gonna make me cry. RP Jax, welcome. Steve in the lurks, welcome. Huge erection, because I like that name better than the 1 a.m. You were gifted. Yeah, earpods, I know. Spuds, you were also gifted. Delta, welcome to the team. Sanglet. Bro.
Every time like you say his name, I think of Tech Nine.
Ja?
Yeah, Ja. Like,
Ja.
that was the sound he always made, but until he started doing.
RP Jax, yes, you caught the rash. Del Taco / Delta Echo / Now I Want a Taco has a question for the 1 a.m. Go ahead, shoot him a message. But again, guys, like I said, positive vibes here at Just Gina's channel where we spread the love. Yeah, Ja really does bless. Ja's a great guy. Super polite, super amazing, super fucking funny. Jack, welcome.
And he was the rightful winner of the dating
Bachelor
game, Bachelor number one.
#1.
I voted for him.
Dating pool. Guys, if you haven't, and we'll get into all that in a few moments, but if you haven't seen the episode last night, oh my gosh, you guys. Oh my God. I have to, now that I have the videos down. Nope. No, here we go. Focus, Gina, focus. The 1 a.m. Listen, bro, I love you. I love all your comments. You are amazing. Says, thank you for your kids. I appreciate you guys. I'm telling you, there is no family like Rumble family. You guys are all just a blessing.
I mean, you say that, but this summer my YouTube community family bought me a pool.
That's fucking awesome. See, I think YouTube, I don't know why. The love has been here. The love has been here. My channel grows here. And it's just amazing.
And they bought me a pool because they know I like to go swimming, and because I died in 2023 and I have all those like heart problems now.
Yeah.
I can't go down the river like I used to.
Mm-hmm.
And they felt so shitty for me. They bought me a pool.
It's amazing. People
Yeah.
are amazing.
And they even bought me like a big old like 18-foot canopy screen over it because I live in mosquito zone.
Job bless. I'm gonna get to your question in 1 second. Delta Echo / Del Taco said, if there were no signal repeaters, how did everyone around the world watch the moon landing in real time? Even if it broadcasted from the moon, there would be no line of sight to half of the world. That question was directed at you, the 1 a.m. And then Job wants to know, you died in 2023, like died?
Yeah, I literally died. I mean, this doesn't seem like the stream for it, but I'll give you the super condensed version. I was having severe chest pains. I went to the hospital ER. They didn't know that I had 2 clots in my heart and like a couple in my lung. And they took my blood pressure and they said it was like pretty normal. And they gave me an opiate based painkiller because I was in so much pain that they couldn't really examine me.
That drops your blood
And
pressure.
my blood pressure just bottomed out, and they spent almost an hour resurrecting me, and then I'd die again. They'd resurrect me, and I'd die again. And the only 2 things kept them going. One was they did it in front of my mom, and
Right.
2, I'm not an organ donor, so I'm not worth anything to them dead.
Nope. Which, by the way, there is a website if you are an organ donor and you want to remove yourself. Just search how to remove myself from the organ donor list, and then the states that you live in. And then thanks for sharing that, he said. And an hour, holy shit. Oh, I see. Is Gina Moon's Rumble. I'm only here because I thought it was Gina Moon's on Rumble.
No, you're hoping for the globes.
Yeah, Jobless says, bruh, my wife is a nurse. After 20 minutes of trying, they stop. You are
Yeah,
a legend.
they kept going because they kept like they have to stabilize you, and I guess like 3 points of like your body or whatever, like where they're the pulse or whatever, and they kept getting 2, and then right when they would get a third one would like not be there anymore, and so like each time that happens, they count that as you are clinically dead, but you're still alive. So when I say that I died 6 times that day, that's their definition. But I still had a pulse the whole time. I fought every single one of them apparently when they were intubating me. They broke one of my teeth in the process. They had like a 300-pound fat nurse lady. I don't remember any of this. This is just what I was told. That was holding my legs down with all her weight, and I lifted her off the ground. And so I woke up and there was a nurse in my room writing on a whiteboard, like one of those dry erase boards, and her back was to me. And I remember saying, I hope I'm out of here by Halloween. And she just kind of like lurched straight, like a ghost had just talked to her. And she looked at me, and the silence felt like a minute, but it was maybe like 5 or 10 seconds, probably real time. And she goes, "Sir, it's almost Thanksgiving." And then they knocked me right the fuck back out so I wouldn't panic because I'd been in a coma for about 28 or 29 days.
Yeah, they don't need your blood pressure to skyrocket after levels.
I died on October 13th, which was a Friday the 13th of 2023, and then woke up 28, 29 days later, and it felt like a day had gone by to me.
Jackie is not a female. Jackie is a male.
Never heard of her.
That's funny because that is his name. Jack, I never heard her. Before we get going, fucking lefties over here on Pill said before he mentioned CGI layering problems, have you, and this is going to be right up your alley, and before I go any further, we are going to be doing an episode about this, Mr. Lefty over there in September. But before he mentioned the CGI layering problems, have you seen the video on Rumble about the CGI layering problem with the second plane from 9/11?
Didn't I show you guys that?
Yeah, we are
Where
definitely.
the plane wing is going behind a building that's in the background.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. Before we say our Minnesota goodbye, Jobless wanted to know: did you have any like out of body vibes, or do you remember anything? Or
I remember having weird dreams. I remember being at a football game and the Supreme Court was playing in the marching band for some reason.
mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I don't know what it means. I don't even try to like psychoanalyze it. It was just crazy nonsense. I had other more disturbing dreams, but um no. The worst was actually when I started waking up because when I woke up the second time, I woke up and I was on my side and I had like five nurses pinning me down and they were ripping my asshole apart. Now, at the time, I wasn't aware that they were removing the shitter tube that had been in me while I was in a coma to shit in. They didn't warn me of this, and they had this chubby, fat nurse like on my chest, and she's like crushing my chest. I couldn't breathe, and I'm trying. I've got like entropy, where your muscles don't work right because they haven't been doing anything and I'm trying to put my hand on her shoulder and push her off of me. And I finally get like what I thought was like a grip on her shoulder, and I shoved my arm forward. My hand slid off of her round ass shoulder, and I slapped like three of the chins off her face.
Oh my god!
So they pinned me to the bed as hard as possible with like those straps for like the next 3 days.
That's insane. That's crazy.
And like they were all purple haired SJW night shift workers,
Oh,
and
no.
they had taken my breathing whatever tube, the intubation tube out, and I had this little green pill shaped thing left in it to like keep it open, but also like plug it.
Plug it in. Plug it in.
And apparently,
Sorry.
they can remotely shut your voice off with these things because randomly they would shut my voice off to fuck with me. And like, so they would come in and talk to me and I could talk. And I remember my mom was out in the hallway waiting for them to get done. I'm talking to the nurse, no problem. And it's one of them purple haired SJW types that are way too common up here in the Northwest. And then my mom comes in because it's like the first time she's visiting me since I had woken up. And it was like the second day. And the nurse shut my voice off as my mom comes in from her little control panel on the other side of the glass and is sitting there with this snickering looking look on her face because I slapped her fat friend on accident, not realizing they were removing a shitter tube from me. And I'm trying to like communicate. You can't even make a gasp. Like there is no noise. It's like a fish out of water where it's moving its mouth, but there's no sound. There's not even a nothing.
No.
No
I
sound.
know what you're saying because about a year or so ago, like I said, I've done CNA work, and recently, the past few years, I always end up in a end of life, like a hospice situation, caring for people at the end of life. But one of my best friends, I actually took care of in the end, and she was incubated. And same thing, there's certain things I could do to the vent where you could hear her voice a little bit, or if it was on a certain way, you couldn't hear her at all. It was the weirdest thing.
It wasn't even the vent though. It was the little pill they plug you up with, little pill shaped round thing,
Yeah.
whatever it is. And they kept shutting my voice off. And finally, when they were no longer on shift, this blonde haired angel of a nurse comes in and she's talking to me. And I realize I'm able to talk because she woke me up. And I hadn't been able to talk when I'd gone to bed. And basically I told her it's like I don't know what they were doing to my ass. I don't know what they're doing, but they've been shutting my voice off. When my mom came in to visit earlier that day, she thought like I was brain damaged because I could suddenly no longer talk. And I'm trying to get like her or one of the doctors. Like I've had deaf friends my whole life, so I know sign language fluently. And I'm trying to like use my hands to sign, and then they're all like fucked up because the entropy. and then I'm trying to like write on a piece of paper, and I couldn't hold a pencil right to write, and so I just got frustrated and turned my head and just was like basically giving off the energy of like fuck you all right now because they didn't have a sign language interpreter.
That's crazy.
It's like, really? In this whole place you don't got one person even like through a telecommunications that you can use sign language? And then later when I was coming into the hospital for another check-in, when I was in the intake area, they had somebody doing sign language interpretation through a goddamn monitor for someone. And I'm like, those bastards.
Oh, that's like a whole nother episode.
But there's an episode of that I did with Sean, like after it had happened, when I was back home, like where I had all the details still fresh in my mind, and
Cassie, Jack, thank you
yeah,
for sharing your story with us. Truly, so glad you are here.
but yeah, I died. Sorry, that wasn't the Cliff Notes version, but
Well, we were glad you're here. I'm glad you're here on my show. Guys, we will have a whole bunch of stuff coming back. Jackie's not gone. He will be here more.
See, she's volunteering me. I didn't even have to agree to it.
No, you're trapped. Cassie,
I'm
the
stuck in the gravitational hold of the globes.
the only place you can really find Jack is in the Discord.
Yeah, and if I get your face, it's going on titties. If you already have titties, it'll still go on more titties.
That's a whole nother episode. All right. Yeah, so you guys know where to find Jackie. That's over in Discord. That is called Getting Railed Behind the Scenes. And you can find him over there. I am not special CW. I don't have one of those cool Rumble bots. I don't even know how to do it. I got to figure all that out.
You got to get yourself a Dan.
I know. First I ever learned about shitter tubes. All right, focus, focus. Forward focus. All right, guys, we are at that mark here. Our Minnesota goodbye has been long. It's been about 35 minutes. I hope you guys appreciated that because I love you all. I appreciate you guys all for being here. I appreciate the love, the support, the everlasting conversations that you guys give us, the follows, the shares, the reposts. I absolutely adore all of you guys. I love you guys. Before we go, if you're in my chat and you have a channel, please drop your link down there. This is the Rumble family that we are. We all support each other. We love each other. We keep each other going. And yes, Cassie, we will be rating. And once I get to that part, we will, luckily I'm never too drunk at this hour. Del Taco. Oh my God, you guys are really gonna make me cry. Del Taco, gifting 5 subscriptions. So guys, please, oh, I'm gonna copy that. Mr. fucking Lefty's up there. He does have a Rumble link. So guys, make sure to follow that. Make sure to chat, collect those gifts in the chat before I end the stream. I am not Canadian. I am from Boston. So there's that. You'll get
That's almost Canada.
It is almost Canada. But guys,
I'm one to talk. I'm on the Canadian border.
Sam, I appreciate you being over there on YouTube. I appreciate all the love. Del Taco, Delta Echo, bro, you are amazing.
How long until you think Delta Echo changes their name to Del Taco?
Well, it's both. It depends on where you look. If you're in StreamYard, it's Delta Echo, but if you look on Rumble, he actually goes by Del Taco. So it's one of those things. So again, I appreciate you guys all for being here. The next question I have for you guys, last week I rated Midnight in the Mountains. The prior week I rated Bill. I'm going to try to spread the love as much as I can. So I am going to rattle off a couple of names. Please let me know where you guys would like to go. So I have Stuck in New York. He's kind of doing a gaming thing over there. He's playing I don't even know what game that is, but it looks like a cool, fun game. So I have Stuck in New York. I have Ashlyn, who is a new friend of the channel who we absolutely love. He is playing Overclocked and Underpaid. He is playing a building simulator game, it looks like over there, which looks pretty cool. Who else do we I'm trying to look at who has not too many peeps in their chat. I have Cancel This Podcast, DJ Vector, Ashlyn. I don't know. Where do you guys want to go? Ash was live. Boom, boom. They're a little late. Is my boy on? Is Ash on? Hold on, let me refresh. This me. Oh, Ash is on. Do you guys want to go to Ash? Ja, are you live? Bro, you're confusing me. Ja? Mrs. Ma'am is not. Oh, Mrs. Ma'am is live. You guys are throwing out lots of different names. Ja, are you Ja, are you live? Ash is good. We got a couple for Ash. Oh my God. Ja, answer me. Broski. All right, so we have a couple for Ash. God bless. Yeah, I was there. Bro. You think you're fucking slick. You're an ass. Cass said, I'll be wherever you decide. All right, so let's see who's out here. It looks like roll the dice. Yeah, it looks like so how about this? I am going to send you guys off to Ja ain't live, but he still wants to get rated. Rated. Are your cheeks rusted and recovered? No, bro. They hurt. Oh my God. Yeah. They fucking hurt. You know what we're gonna do?
Yesterday was so funny.
Oh, it was so fucking hilarious. We are going to raid Ashlyn, guys. He's only got 7 watching. We are going to show the love to him. Amazing guy, funny, super sweet. Him and Minnie were amazing in the chat last night. Y'all, it's that time to let you guys know how much I love you, how much I appreciate you. You guys know where you can find me. You can find me here every Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturdays. I am going to set up this raid right now so it's ready to go after I'm done blabbing my mouth, which is extremely tired. Ha ha ha. Insert funny pun there.
Insert.
Last night was a fucking hoot. If you did not see it, please go and rewatch it. It is probably one of the funniest fucking shows we've had.
I'm so upset that Ja got robbed of his win.
I know, because kids get it, kids. So please make sure to follow me here. Jackie, you can find over in Discord. If you're on Discord, just look up Getting Railed Behind the Scenes. Sunday, tomorrow night, you can find me over at Third Railify. Cassie, if you're in here, or Jay, or somebody, if you can drop Sean's link, or even Mermaid, that would be wonderful, friends. Sunday, you can find me 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our About Nothing show where we battle cryptids. And then it's a chat-based show where you guys steer the direction of the ship, which usually ends in pretty fucking hilarious things. The damn goat kept getting in the way. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And then a Monday through Friday at Third Railify, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find me there. Just go there. You'll see what we're doing. Lots of fun. Other than that, please stick around. Just turn on Rumble any day of the week after 8:30. You can usually find me in someone's chat or on their channel, like Daniel Clancy, Yankee Free, his wife, DA. Maybe I'll make an appearance on Jobless Creators soon. You may see me there as well. But like I said, you can find me around. Cassie, thanks for dropping Sean's link out there. I appreciate you guys all. We are going to start that raid. I love you guys. Please say hi to Ash for me. Make sure you do all those fun things before you go. Like that like button, repost, follow, hit that notification, share your love, and just say hello for a little while. And if you decide it's not your thing, then you can go jam out with your clam out or rock out with your cock out. But for the love of God, pick fucking lane, because I love Bill, and that's my favorite line that he says. All right, I love you guys. I'm going to set that raid. Hopefully it works. Before I hit that end stream button, we're going to go ahead and do that. Looks like I'm going to confirm that raid. And I think you boys and girls are off. If you go to Mrs. Ma'am, tell her I said hello. I was in her chat the other day. She's amazing. She is such a sweetheart. Thank you guys for being here. I love you all. I'll see you next week on my channel, and I'll see you tomorrow night over at Third Railify. Bye, everybody.
We're there. Where? Here. A small step for mankind, but a giant step for us.